Hi guys, Friday morning, up and at me out here doing it. Oh, coming up against some others, might get a little bit of noise. We'll see how good these microphones are, right? This is when we put the equipment to the test. And then we look at what we pay for it and we go, damn it, really? No, these are good. These are really good microphones. These are really good microphones. But I had a weird thing just happen. I never felt it before. I don't know if anybody else has. But I was just up about, I don't know, half a mile or so back, and started feeling like wetness on my skin. I'm looking around to see if I'm like getting in the drift of a sprinkler head or something, some irrigation or something. I'm like, the heck is the water? Where's the water coming from? It was actually raining, but there weren't any cloud. And I don't know if I missed that. I don't know if I missed that subject in school, but I thought you had to have some water above your head, as in the form of a cloud, to be able to get rain. And I'm looking up and I'm like, I don't see any, because I see plenty of sun. I don't see any cloud, and not that we're not going to get rain, I'll tell you, because we're getting it quite a bit. We've had some pretty good storms. There was a tornado not too far away from us. People took pictures of it about a couple of days ago, and it was over water, and then it apparently, I know exactly where it was. It was like over a lake, and it was moving across the lake, and it hit all this. There's like a bunch of trees and everything. Hit that, scooted it off, and went across the highway. So hope everybody's okay that may have seen that or been around in the vicinity of that. Because yeah, I'm not too keen on bloody tornadoes, let me tell you. But yeah, I thought the rain in the air was kind of funny. People must have thought I was nuts, because I thought, where's the spring? Looking around, where's this sprinkler head? Look up, no cloud, but it's raining. Weren't heavy, weren't bad. It was enough to make me go, where's this dampness coming from? But anyway, I wanted to talk today because this subject came up in the week when I was watching this interview, and I thought, blimey, it just goes to show the amount of impact you can have without knowing it. And I was watching this. I'll get the name of it. I'll put it in the description because it's worth having a look at. But he was a North Korean guy that defected, and it was his story of how he escaped North Korea, got sent back, managed to not be executed, thank God. Managed to get away again, and anyway, part of the story that brought me to what I wanted to talk about and the impacts that you can make without even realising it is this fella meets up with some others and a family and that, and they wanted to get over this wall where we got to China, and they wanted to get over this wall to a school which was a US military based school, I believe. And one day they managed to get over to the school, and they're saying, help us. I think they wanted to get to the border of, I might have this wrong, Mongolia, but I might have that wrong. And they basically said, we can't help you. Ended up calling the police, which that was nice of them. Ended up calling the police, and the police turn up, and what happened was because he was a young fella at the time, all the students and that linked arms, and they all got together. They didn't want these people to be sent back to North Korea, this guy especially. And I'm not sure where the others came from. I'm not sure if they were from North Korea, but anyway, they wanted to get away from where they was at. But this North Korean guy was saying that how they all linked up, and they came along, and they got this fella, and I'm not sure who else went with him, but they got this fella, and they were going to be sending him back to North Korea, where you start seeing the hurt on his face when he starts talking about that. Because and then he says, you know, I would have been executed. But what happened was, and this is what I mean about making an impact, a 13-year-old girl from that school wrote an email to the government. Actually, not to the government, sorry. The government were involved once the press got involved. She wrote an email basically to the media and to a journalist, I believe. And then they started pushing the issue. And then that email found its way through all the different newspapers, etc., all the media outlets. And the government, the Chinese government, brought this fella in and said, hey, listen, we don't do this, but we're actually going to send you to the Philippines. And he, just by that one act of that girl, she didn't have to do that. She did not have to do that. But if she hadn't have done that, where would that guy have been? What kind of situation would he have been put in? All from the act of a 13-year-old girl writing an email and making it happen. And I started thinking about the impacts and the things that we do that we really don't, we're never going to know if we're making an impact unless we be told, right? If we get told that, hey, listen, that really had an, impact on me, or wow, it was really good to hear that, that helped, or if we don't hear that, it doesn't mean that you're not making an impact, because you are. We walk around with, believing that we don't have a purpose, or we don't have a worth. And I understand that when it comes to traumas from the past, etc. Believe me, I understand it. I work in this field. But when it comes to us not knowing the amount of impact we are having on people that you don't hear about, believe you me, you are. You are making an impact. You are helping people. Even if you've gone into a shop, you may have opened the door for somebody. It could literally be that simple act of opening a door for somebody and smiling, maybe saying hello, which changes and shifts the way they are. What if someone was in a really bad spot and going dark, and then they come walking towards you and they think that it's the end of the world, think they ain't got nobody, think that they don't relate to anybody, nobody likes them, etc., right? And then they're standing there and all of a sudden you smile, maybe ask, hey, how you doing? Hope you have a great day. What kind of impact do you think you just made? Morning. What kind of impact do you think you might have just had on that person that has been believing that nobody likes them, nobody wants to be around them, nobody talks to them, nobody wants to hear them? And they're in a dark place and they're like, I've had enough, I've had it, done. And then you say, good morning, or hello, and smile, bring that energy in. How you doing? Hope you have a nice day. Don't leave those things out, because it makes a difference to you too. Try it. If you're feeling a little bit down yourself, get out there, start walking and start saying hello to people, and hope you have a nice day to people. Did that first thing this morning, see a lady that I usually see walking down the road, and say good morning, hope you have a great weekend. I've only stopped to spoke to her once, and that was because I had a knee support on, and she said, what'd you do to your knee? And I even spoke to my wife about that. Even that right there. Here's somebody that I just walk by out of my walks and say hello, good morning. Never really stopped to chat at all. And all of a sudden she recognises that I've done something to my knee. And the fact that she recognised that and says, what you done to your knee? What do you think that helped me with? Wow, somebody actually that I really don't know is recognising me and concerned about something. Goes down a long way. It goes down a long, long way. What about those kids that you may be helping through schoolwork, or some younger generation that you've helped with, that you may be a teacher in a classroom? Don't walk out of that classroom. Yeah, there may be some hard stuff going on, I get it. I've talked to teachers, I know people that work in that field, and then it's not an easy job. But you know what, if you've got a classroom full of kids, don't put your worth down to maybe a couple of unruly people that may be in your classroom. What about the rest of them that are sitting there and wanting you to teach them, and you're the one? You're making a difference. I can't think of how many people when I was in chefing that I've had come to me on my section, and I've helped them out and directed them and shown them stuff, and that goes down in history with them. They never forget it. They take that wherever they go. Whatever kitchens they go and work in, there's a part of you going with them. You've made an impact. So believe me, you're making an impact without even realising it. Just in your every day-to-day, normal self. Don't walk around thinking you've got no worth in that direction or no purpose, because just the fact that you're smiling at people and showing some love to somebody has a major impact. Go and check out that story. I'll grab it and I'll put it in the description, because it's a good interview, and it's those kind of interviews that kind of open up your eyes to, well, shit, man, I'm glad I ain't there, and I'm glad that ain't happening to me. We live in a beautiful free world, or free country, I should say. We live in a country, or I do, live in a country where I have that freedom. I have freedom of speech. I have freedom. There's a lot that don't. And some of the things that he was saying, you know, I remember looking at my wife and saying, look what happened there in China, where they all joined together and they wanted the same thing for this guy. They didn't want him going up and back into North Korea. They wanted to save this fella. It's not everybody. We paint everybody with the same brush. Stop doing that. It is not everybody. But what do? We group everybody together, and then we start to dislike. I know this is a big word, but some people do. They'll start hating. And especially if you're brought up that way with those programs, and people are saying, yeah, those people, you end up not liking all of them. And that's not the case. There's a lot there that will more than help you out. Just like that fella. So please, know your worth. Know that you are having a purpose out there on somebody and some people. And if you've listened this far, please get out there. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like for me, because it helps this message get out there to the many. And you are the few that could push it out there to the many. And once the many get it and they push that to the many, it starts spreading the word out there, and it starts helping people out. That right there, just hitting that subscribe, what are you doing? It's purpose and worth. And I know I'm saying that because I'd like you to go and subscribe, of course. But if you don't, no big deal. But it's what I mean about the story, that it's simple acts that you can do that gives you that worth and that purpose. I hope everybody has a great weekend. I hope everybody's in the PMA and the PP, doing the PPA to get there. Keep it moving, guys. Keep that ball rolling. I love each and every one of you. Thank you for the loyalty. Come and see me on Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern time. I do a live on YouTube. Come and see me, come and join in. Come and say hello. Come show some love. Stay that course, guys. Namaste.